Welcome to Envirotube. I've got here Jill Dalton. Jill's one of the members of the Australian Plant Society and knows a lot about the native plants of this area. This month we're actually at the Wildflower Garden at St Ives. We're going to wander around, have a look at some wildflowers and see what we can see. There's more species of plants growing here than in the whole of Great Britain, so we're expecting to see quite a bit.
He's hoping we find some flowers.
Oh, well, have a look at what we're looking at now. Gymea lily. Well, look at this Gymea lily. It's very spectacular. What's its botanic name, Jill?
Dorianthus excelsior.
5 flower spikes. Very spectacular. Now, for those who are experts in native plants, you'd know this doesn't naturally occur in St Ives. It's a little bit further north, but it's such a beautiful specimen, isn't it? New Holland honeyeater, is it? Okay, we've got a New Holland honeyeater. This is why you've got to plant these things in your yard. You get these fantastic birds. This is the sort of area you could focus on the Gymea lily. And the problem is, yes, it's big, it's spectacular, but there's lots of little things that are really interesting. Jill spotted this Lomandra glauca. What a beautiful little Aussie native, but it's a plant you'd walk past 99 times out of 100 while you're staring at the Gymea lily and never realise what a classic little Aussie native we have. But it's really worth having a look. It's just a beautiful little thing. I remember after 94 fires, you could sort of see from here to like Terry Hills.
Oh yes, a couple of years ago there was a fairly big burn off here,
okay.
yeah. And it was incredible the number of plants that had come up.
Oh, it comes up well.
Ones we hadn't seen for years and years.
We had a fire here a couple of years ago, a controlled burn, and we've got a lot of tea tree coming up.
Leptospermum sclerosum. There's a little white flower in here too, Mitrosacne. This little white one's a Mitrosacne.
Mitrosacne. Does it have a common name?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right, well it's only a little flower.
Yeah, it's only a little one. Then also in here, trying not to tread on too many plants.
Right, Jill's found something interesting, one of the little flannel flowers. Jill was just looking at an Actinotus minor. That's a little flannel flower. It's so unusual, it looks as though it's been made of fabric. I'm surprised that someone hasn't got it on Etsy for sale. They look so much like fabric, it's hard to believe they're actually a natural flower. We have here a Wynia, and it's actually surrounded by little bees. Now, I'm going to look closely. I'm wondering what they are. Have a look at the bees flying around. In fact, unfortunately, they've all gone. But there's 160 different species of native bee in Sydney, and you can see that this Wynia is being worked over well and truly.
This little blue flower here is putting on quite a great show, and it's Dampierus stricta, and it looks beautiful in this setting with the Eriostemon just going. The
pink flower that you can see is finished. If we'd been here 2 months ago, you'd have seen these fantastic open flowers, Eriostemon australis, but they're only there for about a month. Just around here we spotted a Damperia, an Eriostemon, a Lomandra, and now we've got an Abertia monogmia. I think that's how to pronounce it. It's one of these wacko Latin names and I'm having a bit of trouble with it. It's not that common a plant, so it doesn't come up in dinner party conversation very often. Groovy Leah is one of the best known Australian natives. A lot of the ones you see in nurseries, they're actually hybrids, but this is one of the original species, Groovy Leah buxifolia. So if you have a look, it's quite spectacular, but to be honest, it probably doesn't cut it from a nursery point of view.
Carpenter bee.
He's right in front of you.
You must get that, see it?
Oh, if you could get him, that'd be a beauty.
Where is he now?
Okay, he's right at the back of the plant. He's working the far one.
And they're very interesting. They burrow into the xanthorrhoeas, the long tube, lay their eggs.
Nicely spotted.
First egg in the bottom.
Look at that carpenter bee. Isn't he spectacular? It's a beautiful iridescent green. Get any shots of it? Fantastic.
Did you get him?
Well done.
Oh, great.
Well spotted, Jill. I think that's pretty good that we've got a carpenter bee.
Oh, I do too. I think there are more of them getting around though, don't you?
I think people are more attuned to them.
Oh, it could be that too, yeah.
I mean, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have even known it was a bee.
No.
Thanks for watching Envirotube. I've had a lot of fun today with Jill. The amazing thing about today is we haven't gone more than 100 metres from the visitor centre. There's so much to explore and we couldn't get past 100 metres before we ran out of time. We had every step filled with interesting plants. We had huge Gymea lilies, we had little lamandras, we had carpenter bees. The amount of nature in such a compressed area is amazing. And when you think that we're very close to the heart of Sydney, it just makes you think how wonderful being in the Wildflower Garden really is.